Stephen, 0-0 draw here tonight. What were your overall thoughts on the game, first of all?
Yeah, I thought we had enough chances to win the game, and disappointed ultimately not to be coming away with all 3 points.
There were a few, mostly I suppose in the second half, there was one really good chance for Cameron Elliott where he does everything right and then the shot is maybe just a little bit too close to the keeper. He makes a good save. Maybe the contentious one was the penalty shout. What were your thoughts on that? I don't know if you had a chance to see it back.
Looked a stick-on penalty. Now, it could be wrong, I haven't seen a replay, but I thought it had all the hallmarks of being a penalty. Cammy came from the blind side, the defender who went to play the ball, and I thought obviously Cammy nicked the ball first, so I could be wrong, but I'm not quite sure how the ref sort of came up with the idea that Cammy was simulating. Now, he might be proved right, but ultimately I can only go off what I saw there and then. I thought it was a nailed-on penalty.
Well, I suppose I can tell you on commentary, David McMillan, having seen it 3 or 4 times, didn't think it was a pen in his view, but at the same time he didn't think it was a booking or a dive either. So I suppose it was one of those. Yeah,
look, it is one of those. As you can just tell you, the whole ground, I thought, and all our team thought it was a penalty when it happened. So.
In terms of the game as a whole, I mean, we talked about Zach Johnson before the game, and he slotted in there so comfortably. He looked like he'd been there for years. I thought he was really good tonight.
I thought he was excellent. A young boy coming in, first start for the club, and I thought, he played what he's been shown in training, the way he's trained in regards to being vocal, being commanding, being aggressive. And as you said, I'd agree. I thought he was excellent, and he can build from there. Obviously, keeping a clean sheet, that's his main goal, I suppose, arriving up here tonight. He's done that himself and Louis, and I thought we defended well as a whole. A couple of lapses, and as I said, I thought we had enough chances and enough sort of dominance to go and win the game.
We were just talking about it at the end there, myself and David, on commentary. When you've come through a situation where you've had a few difficult results, and the Sligo game, of course, we talk about a bit as well with the way that went. But is it all about just kind of like building slowly and putting kind of building blocks in place? Defensively today, you look very solid, for example.
Yeah, well, ultimately it is, but we're not in the dressing room there saying, "Oh, it's great, we've got a point." We have the mentality that any time, especially at home, we don't get all 3 points, we're disappointed. So you can look at it that way, as if it's building blocks, but I don't look at it that way. To be honest, I want to win every game, and disappointed we haven't won the game tonight.
You have a couple of weeks now to kind of work on what is still a very new squad, working on formations and fitness and everything else. So are you kind of glad you have that 2 weeks off, or would you rather be out again next weekend?
No, well, we have a couple of games next week, so that'll fill in the spaces in regards getting players 90 minutes. I still think we have a few players that need to be able to play with the handbrake off for 90 plus minutes, and that'll be good exercise in relation to getting games into them. So we'll have a couple of days off over the weekend, but that's just from a group point of view. There'll be individuals all the individuals will need to keep their bodies ticking over, and some will need to work a little bit harder than others.
And in terms of Jamie Gullen, he obviously went off there in the second half. It looked like maybe he had landed awkwardly, but is it a little bit more serious than that?
I think he rolled his ankle landing. He obviously didn't land square on the sole of his foot, and then rolled it. So we'll have a better idea. I haven't spoken to Danny or Jamie yet since the game, but we'll have a better idea over the next 48 hours or so.
And in terms of the next game, you mentioned that the games in the midweek or in the week between the gap now with the international break. What will you be looking to work on in terms of the next game you've got?
Well, it's competition for places. Lads have opportunities. They get 90 minutes into them and really stake a claim, and that's what we're trying to generate, a real competition for places and a hunger to get your jersey. When you do get your jersey, it's a privilege, and you'll do anything to hold on to your jersey. And the flip side, if you are on the bench, you'll do anything to get that starting jersey, and that's the culture we want.
Will you be able to enjoy your long weekend, or will it be work?
That's always you're always planning and you're always reflecting, so that'll never change.
Thanks, Steve.
You'll just be probably doing it from the sitting room.
Cheers.